All right, semifinals.
Conference semifinals. The matchup is heating up, or the matchups are starting to heat up a little bit here.
Oh, yeah.
To the east we go. Boston against Montreal, which we all know that Canadian fans travel well. So this one,
That's
basically
a
all the
huge
series,
rivalry.
all the series I have except for Colorado, Chicago are basically close, very close rivals.
Yeah.
I like this chill bottle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Unrelated.
I picked Boston to win
good.
this series in 6. I think Tuukka Rask is the man, pretty much.
I think he'll probably win the Vezina this year.
I think we both, in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, we heard him say on air.
Yeah.
Which then I went on to tweet, Tuukka Rask is the man.
Yes.
Because it was like Big Papi. This is our city!
Had a Richard Sherman moment going on
Yes.
right there.
Anyway, Boston wins that series in 6 over the Habituants.
Yes.
You
And I
agree?
had them against Tampa Bay, and I have Boston pretty much steamrolling Tampa Bay. I have Boston in 5. Because I don't know, I don't think Tampa Bay matches up with Boston very well, honestly. But, anything can happen, I guess. But once again, it still kind of depends on who Tampa Bay has in that.
I would probably agree if I had Tampa Bay and it was Boston in 5.
I don't know, I just don't see it happening for Tampa Bay.
But you never know, the Wings could be in this position.
That is very true. I shouldn't overlook it that much, but it could happen, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. We got the crosstown rivalry here.
Yep.
The cross-state rivalry. Pittsburgh against Philly. The Pens, these Pens, not Penguins, these Pens, ballpoint pens, against the Flyers.
You don't have anything over here that can fly, but you get the point.
Not like the Dayton Flyers, the Cinderella NCAA tournament team that busted a lot of brackets. But anyway.
Too soon.
Yes.
But thanks for beating Ohio State, though.
Yes. Even though I originally picked Dayton to win that game and changed it because a friend of mine had said, "Oh, are you serious? Don't pick Dayton." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Well, we didn't have to hear about Aaron Kraft anymore, and that makes me happy.
It was awesome to see his career end like this.
Very.
But anyway, back to hockey. Pittsburgh and Philly are the two best teams in Pennsylvania, that's for sure.
I had to think for a second, but yes they are.
But besides that, this one is going to be a real grind.
Oh yeah.
There will definitely, I don't think any of us picked a sweep in any series, and if there were to have been, it would have been in the first round. But
it's bad luck to pick a jinx. It's bad luck to pick a sweep. Yes.
I have Pittsburgh winning this series in 7.
Yeah.
But
sounds right.
It could go either way. It could go my way. It could go Dan Bilesma's way. It could go Claude Giroux's way. It could go John Tortorella's way. Who knows? Could go anyone's way.
Yeah. I had Pittsburgh against New York, and I have Pittsburgh pretty much rolling over the Rangers, too. I have Pittsburgh in 5. Once again, it's just kind of like, I think New York would be out of their league in this one. I mean, I think Lundqvist can keep anybody in just about any series, honestly, but I just think with the way Pittsburgh can move the puck, especially on the power play, I don't think New York can keep up with the goal-scoring talent that Pittsburgh has. They're just not a huge goal-scoring team.
Henrik Lundqvist could definitely understand the Swedish Chef on the Muppets.
Yes.
What'd he say? He said the special of the day is pickled herring on Bloodcorp.
I don't even know what that is, but...
This is SportsCenter commercial. Look it up.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, to the West,
Yes.
since we have time, since there's a lot less series to go through.
Yeah.
The Freeway Series, Anaheim against LA.
Yep.
And this series, well, it was part of the Stadium Series, which I will be proud to say I watched every game of the Stadium Series.
I didn't get to watch any of them. I had to work for every single one of them. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to watch every single one. So that was good for
I didn't
me.
have to see those hideous Islander jerseys though. Those things were gross.
Yeah, that was you.
I don't know what the chrome thing going on there with the NY, but it was hideous.
And you could see why the Devils went to red and black instead of red and green.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But anyway.
Yeah.
And why did they have a hockey game in L.A.? I mean,
I couldn't
wasn't
tell
the
you.
ice melted by the time that game was over?
I would imagine. I didn't get to see it. I don't know how they kept up with that, but yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, it blows the laws of physics. I mean, Isaac Newton would not be proud.
No.
But anyway, back to hockey here. I have the Ducks winning this series in 6.
I have the opposite, man. I don't see it. I got the Kings.
That could happen because the Kings really do turn it on in the playoffs.
Kings got that team that's just built for the playoffs, just top to bottom. They have every aspect. They got goal scoring, they got toughness, they got great defense, they got an elite goaltender. They're an amazing team, honestly.
And that was a very quick explanation of the Los Angeles Kings.
Yes.
So he's got the Kings, I've got the Ducks.
Yep.
Colorado against Chicago. It seems like this series should be the Western Conference Finals.
I don't know about that, man. I don't think that highly of Colorado. Not yet, anyways. They're still a very young team, but I mean, we both had Chicago, don't we? Or do you have Colorado?
I had Colorado in
my.
7.
Colorado pulling off the upset, man.
In 7.
I don't know. No. Not yet. It's too soon. Too soon for Colorado. Because, I mean, it usually shows when new teams start making the playoffs, they got to lose before they can win. And I don't think they can really beat Chicago yet. Not quite yet.
You never know, because
Yeah,
like
they
you
got
said,
a
Chicago
very
is,
talented team, that's for sure, but I don't know.
Chicago is built for the postseason.
Yes.
We'll see about Colorado. I wouldn't put any money on this bracket, but I've got some money on Colorado in this bracket anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. Do you want to do? Why don't we just do conference finals since we're at?
It's only 2 games.
Yeah.
So might
We'll
as well.
do the Stanley Cup Finals in just one complete segment because it
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah.
Eastern Conference Finals. I hate to go all chalk, but I did this time. Boston against Pittsburgh, the two best teams
Yeah, we have the same thing.
in the
yeah.
Eastern Conference,
Yeah.
which is sad because we,
Yeah.
as Wings fans, we know that the
It
Wings
should be us.
be
It should
in the
be
top
us. But, it doesn't always work that way.
But with youth, we had the youth learn this year, and we still made the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to see this streak go to probably maybe even 30 before it ends.
It could. Very honestly, it could. Because, you got to figure Zetterberg,
Yeah.
they probably got at least 4 or 5 good years to them.
Because now with the youth making the playoffs, now we know that they can make the playoffs, and here we go again. But anyway, Boston and Pittsburgh, the two best teams in the Eastern Conference to the date.
Yes.
I still have Tuukka Rask and Zdeno Chara being the Bamfs that they are and winning this series in 7.
Yeah. I got Boston in 6. We both picked Boston in this case. I don't know if, I think Pittsburgh gets agitated and they get thrown off their game very easily, and I think Boston can easily do that to Pittsburgh. They have a tendency to bully teams, and I think Pittsburgh is very susceptible to being bullied. That's for sure. So
Sidney Crosby.
yeah, honestly, I just think that Boston's gonna be able to overwhelm Pittsburgh in this case, and I think a lot of the depth guys, even Riley Smith, guys like that, maybe even like Torrey Krug, these guys are gonna step up, and I think they're gonna have a big series.
Mm-hmm. So we both have Boston in the Stanley Cup final.
Yes.
On the other side, we have differing conference final matchups. So why don't we just go with
both teams.
Why don't we just name our Stanley Cup pick? I picked the Ducks to go to the Stanley Cup Finals in 7 over the Avs.
And I got the Kings over the Blackhawks in 7 games. I think that's going to be a amazing series, actually.
Which that could happen. The West, and this bracket.
It's a lot of tough matchups, honestly. I can't imagine the last time it was this bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, really.
So basically, for both of us, it's like, this is the 2 teams that we have that are left.
Yeah.
I can't, with this bracket, I don't see any other team left.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So, we'll have the Stanley Cup final pre-playoff
After this
show after these words from your local sponsor. Well, I guess there are no sponsors. Who cares?
someday.
Someday.